Wait a second.
Wait a minute, let me go live, he said.
After he counts down.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Wha-Happen here on Tuned In TN. I'm your host, DJ Rick, and my guest today is the one and only Mr. Tim Entwistle from Family Towing Collision and Customs.
Yes, sir.
I got it right this week.
Absolutely, you're the man.
Absolutely. We have a really good show today.
Oh, we got a burner today.
In case you haven't seen the Facebook post or Twitter post, or God only knows where it's posted now,
Everywhere.
We're coming to you live, and we don't usually do that. But I felt that this particular topic deserved a live feed so that we could get any comments that we may get, and I'm assuming we're going to get a comment or two.
Well, sure hoping so.
Well, today's topic can be somewhat controversial. Is that the word I'm looking for?
We'll just go with that.
It's a crock. Anyways, today we will be talking about a bill that has been put forth in the House of Representatives by the Honorable, and I use that term loosely, Honorable Sheila Jackson Lee from the 18th District of Texas. For the rest of the show, I think just in the interest of
speeding it along.
Expediency, we'll just call her She-Jack. How about that?
She-Jack, yes.
She-Jack.
Yes, and
anyway.
And Houston, don't forget that. That's just
Houston, Texas.
So Houston, we have a problem.
Yes, and by the way, Houston, there are, I'm going to do a little further research, but I believe that your representatives can be recalled.
We're almost positive on that. 90% sure you can recall people. That
if not, change the law and make it so she can be, because this woman needs to be recalled. In our opinion, our humble opinion.
Humble.
We're going to try for humble.
We're going to try. First she started out with the HR 40, and now she's trying out with?
Yeah, today we are discussing, let me put my eyeballs on here.
That's all right.
The 117th Congress, first session, HR 127. If you're not familiar with HR 127,
we're going to make you familiar.
The purpose is to provide for the licensing of firearm and ammunition possession and the registration of firearms, and to prohibit the possession of certain ammunition.
Oh, yeah.
So we wouldn't want you to have ammunition.
No.
Without a permit, or a license, rather.
Oh, no.
And you must register it.
Oh, boy, I got a registration for
it. If you got a bullet, you have to have a license, and it has to be registered.
Well, here's the problem. Here's a small problem with the registration and the ammunition. No serial numbers on
This is true. But you have to tell them how much you have and where you keep it.
Right. And if you let somebody borrow it.
You can't. Yeah, I don't even know if you can loan ammunition. We're going to get into that.
Yeah,
anyway, if you notice, I've got here in front of me, this is the bill.
Yep.
You can go to congress.gov. And you can download HR 127 and look at it yourself. Matter of fact, go ahead and print it now, and you can follow along with us.
That's it. Just
I have used quite a bit of a highlight pen on this. There's quite a bit. I used pink to try and stay peaceful. I highlighted the high points, or what I would consider to be the absolute crazy points.
This is
As I said, this is a bill to provide for the licensing of firearm and ammunition possession and the registration of firearms. It goes down in here to tell you that in general who the licensing authority is, which would be the Attorney General of the United States.
Okay, make
sure
you get
Merrick Garland is the Attorney General. He is very, very anti-gun. So to put this in the hands of an anti-gun person it's like handing a loaded gun to a 5-year-old.
Right, don't pull that trigger.
Pretty much. We're going to start off under the first section here, licensing of firearm ammunition, possession, registration of firearms. Required information. Under the firearm registration system, the owner of a firearm shall transmit to the Bureau, now that's the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, A, the make, model, and serial number of the firearm, the identity of the owner of the firearm, the date the firearm was acquired by the owner, and where the firearm is or will be stored. So you have to tell them, I'm so-and-so, I'm buying this gun, this registration serial number, this make, this model. I live at such and such an address. This is where in my home I will be keeping it. Interesting.
If I was a dealer I understand that stuff. And if you have a certain type of license, because you have, you can manufacture, repair, and stuff like that. I can see them needing to have this stuff, or you could actually have a fully automatic weapon because you hold a certain license to own. These are semi-automatic weapons that the general public.
This is all weapons so far.
Yeah,
we haven't gotten into semi-automatic.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into the mess of this.
Now that was A. B, I have that highlighted here as well. B is you have to supply a notice specifying the identity of any person to whom and any period of time during which the firearm will be loaned.
So you're going to loan it to somebody, but you're going to let them know who you loaned it to.
No, ahead of time. You have to tell them, I'm going to loan this
Daddy,
firearm.
Can I borrow the car? Or can
I'm loaning this make, model, serial number to so-and-so at this address for this period of time.
But so
that's ahead of time.
So what does it say anything about there if you can be denied for letting them loan it?
Oh yeah. You have to come. We're getting to that.
Oh, we're getting to that. Here we go.
This is to be able to do these things. That's what all these pages are for. That's the good part. Yes. In general,
you need to download this.
In general, the Attorney General shall establish and maintain a database of all firearms registered pursuant to this subsection. In other words, all that information you gave him, he's going to create and develop a database.
Yep. A profile.
Right. Now that's interesting in and of itself, but because you wonder who's going to use that, what are they going to use it for? Okay. Here's the really interesting part. Access. The Attorney General shall make the contents of the database, the one we just spoke of, accessible to all members of the public.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So everybody's going to know what we own. All right.
Who you are, how many guns you own, what guns they are, model and serial number, and where you keep them.
Okay, all right. So everybody will be able to see this list.
Correct.
So the law-abiding and the non-law-abiding citizens?
Oh, yes. This is like Amazon for crooks.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because, think about it. Now, think about it. Now,
all right. That makes sense.
Now, Gabe, you're on Facebook, right, Gabe?
Yeah, well, and Mama Sue just was saying the same darn thing. She says,
what did Mama Sue say?
She says, I think it's ridiculous. Posting all of this information just helps criminals know where the guns are and
think
that
about
they all want.
That they all want, correct. So here's the thing now. Everybody's on Facebook these days, right? Heck, half the time I go on Facebook and it frustrates me. But I go on Facebook and I'm like, oh, well, there goes Elizabeth. She's going to dinner again. She's going
right. Take a picture of her food.
Okay. Yeah, right. So now I'm a criminal, right?
Yep.
I have all these guns that I want, and I look and I'm in the public database. Hey, this guy lives right in my town, 2 blocks over. He's got all these ones that I need. So, let's look at his Facebook. And you pull up his Facebook, and wouldn't you know, his wife just put that they're going out to dinner tomorrow night with so-and-so, and they're going to be gone from 8 p.m. to 9:30. Well, hell, now I know where to go steal the weapons. I already know the make and model of those, so I could look up the pricing ahead of time. I could actually put an ad on Craigslist that I have, these things for sale.
Right.
And I already know how to price them, and I can actually pre-sale my crime. Think about it.
Right. Can you imagine the bidding war?
Absolutely. Plus, if I'm a criminal, right? I'm going to rob a bank. Well, I don't have a gun. Well, I don't carry a gun because I don't want to get caught with a gun.
Right.
So when I want to go rob a bank, instead of buying a gun or trying to keep one around the house, I'll just steal one on the way. Since I know where they're at.
See, they're right there.
Yeah.
It's just the...
I find it somewhat disconcerting that Mama Sue happens to be my wife. The first thing she thought of was, well, if I was a criminal, I'd know where to steal my guns. Why did she think of that?
Common sense?
I guess it's... Yes. I don't know why they call it common sense. It's so uncommon.
It's so uncommon.
Yeah. Here's another thing.
It's like a disability almost.
Here's another thing that kind of... when I was a kid... Now, I don't do guns. I don't have any firearms. In case you're looking to steal some, I don't have any. I used to hunt when I was younger. Went with my
I think
grandfather.
we all kind of hunted. Oh, you mean I'm sorry.
No, I went with my grandfather, my uncles, and whatever. Deer hunting
I
was
was talking
big.
about high school, whatever her name was.
Oh, I still do that. Well, I don't do that kind of hunting
going over there?
Yeah, I don't do that kind of hunting anymore either.
No, you can't.
I chased my wife until she caught me.
Did you? Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, when I was a kid, we used to go hunting. I think you could get your deer tag when you were like 13 in New York, 13 or 14.
I'm not too
something
sure.
Like that. Anyways, now you cannot possess a gun in any way, shape, or form unless you're 21 years of age. That really?
Yeah, I mean,
You're old enough to. You can go in the military at 17. You can vote at 18.
When was the year?
But you can't have a gun till you're 21. I guess if you're in the Army, though, they're going to make an exception. I don't know. I guess.
It's just there used to be
Carry rocks. I don't know.
Carry a rock.
Carry a big rock.
A big rock.
Yeah.
It's just that we went from a society that we actually taught weapon safety and rifles and guns in schools.
Absolutely.
To a society now.
Yes.
We want to know where they're all at.
Right. Because snowflakes are scared.
So it sounds like registrations to confiscation to me.
Yes. You know,
that's my opinion, of course.
I used to drive to high school when I was in high school with my guns in the back windshield of back window of my truck.
I grew up, there's pickup trucks and a hunting rifle in the back rack.
There's a lot of states. There's a lot of states that used to allow that, and now it's stopped. Like Texas is one of the great states.
Well,
too. I mean, we're here in Tennessee. There's a lot of stuff, but you can no longer hang them in your back. But the thing about Texas is that between the ages 18 and 20, you might not be able to purchase that gun, but
you can possess it.
You can possess it inside your car. You can't have it on you, but you can have it in your car like an extension of your home. As long as it's a legally owned gun, it can be inside your car.
Right.
And you can still have one chambered. There's a lot of things going on that people say, oh, no, you can't have one in the chamber. Different states, different laws. Yes. Texas, you can't have one in the chamber.
Yeah.
But you just can't buy one, but you can sell it possession if a family
member. Well, now
you
can't possess by... You can't even hold one.
They're just looking to just.
You can't hold it. Now remember, we're not talking about firearms here. We're talking about firearms and ammunition. So until you're 21, you can't even hold a bullet, according to this HR 127.
This is.
Now that's here. Now, let me explain to you. Now that's if you have a license and you're 21. Now to get a license, here's the things you have to.
Oh, here's the license.
This is the fun part. Number one, you have to undergo a criminal background check. Hey, that's been since the Brady bill? That's been around. Nothing new there. Okay. You have to undergo, and this one's going to throw you, a psychological evaluation. And I think you'll pass. You're pretty psycho. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You have to be conducted in accordance with paragraph 2, which we'll get to. The evaluation does not indicate that. The evaluation has to indicate that you're not psychologically unsuited to possess a firearm. Here's the thing. I was reading this morning online. According to one section, American Psychiatric Association or something like that.
Yeah, we were talking about
someone who desires, who has a collector's need for firearms,
like coins or cars or something like that.
If you're a coin collector but with guns instead, they call them mentally unstable, which would mean you are unsuitable psychologically to possess a license. Now, so what they're saying is just wanting a firearms license makes you unsuitable to have one. This is kind of it's very odd.
Oh no, I don't want a gun. Oh, but thank you.
Yeah. Okay, now if you get past that, and they say, okay, you're not a psycho.
Okay.
Whatever. You get past that, you have to successfully complete a training course.
Yes. Trained.
Certified by the Attorney General. Because we know that the Attorney General, who's so anti-gun, he would be the one to decide what makes you safe and responsible with it. Anyway, but you have to be certified in that training course with at least 24 hours of training.
24 hours. Is
now,
that in a row? Can we
now I'm guessing. I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that there's not going to be too many people out there putting ads on Facebook saying, "Hey, I'm giving away 24 hours of training for free."
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to get that for free. And even if you're paying, let's go with the $15 an hour minimum non-poverty wage.
Oh my God!
I mean, that's still $360.
And still get my order wrong.
And still get your order wrong. Yeah, that $23 Big Mac. If I pay $23 for a Big Mac, it better look like the picture. That's all I got to say.
And not taste like the picture.
Not taste like the picture. But yeah, 24 hours of training. Okay?
24 hours of training.
Got to be not a psycho. Have 24 hours of training, and you have to demonstrate that on issuance of the license, the individual will have in effect an insurance policy. Firearms insurance.
How much that going to cost you?
I'm guessing it's
$800 a year is what I've seen.
Well, that's a different fee.
That's a different fee.
Gabe is skipping ahead again.
Oh,
That's okay.
That's what I get for letting Gabe look ahead in the paperwork. That's a different fee. You have to get your own insurance.
Well, so is it insurance okay? We could define
It's liability insurance.
So is it like
in case
insurance
I
for
accidentally
me?
shoot your kneecap.
In case you get.
It's like car
aim for
liability
the leg.
insurance.
Aim for the leg.
Yeah.
Is that what you're supposed to aim for now? Aim for the leg.
I don't know. If I shoot you, I'm going to shoot to kill.
I don't know. Somebody was out there. Some person was saying, "Don't shoot for the chest. Aim for the leg and wound
Center
them."
mass, baby. Center mass.
But I know it was some politician somewhere that said.
I don't know.
aim
We'll
for the
have to
leg.
see what they teach me in my firearms training course.
I don't know.
You
But
know something?
I have this.
What?
I have this saying that goes into my head. It's called double tap.
Double tap. Oh, Clinton suicide. Two to the back of the head.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Ooh, I don't know. We could get banned for me saying that.
Ooh.
I'm not sure.
Banned for saying
anyway.
this.
It's a Hillary and Bill health plan. Yes.
Come on, those emails were very legit.
Yeah, suicide for all. No.
So,
Anyway, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We got off here. Wait a minute. I think I got my pages. Did you mess up the order of my pages?
I did not.
Oh, no.
I did not.
I stand corrected. Anyway, yes.
While
now
you're sitting.
that's for just your standard firearm, standard ammunition. If you have antique firearms, maybe you got any firearms? Maybe your dad or your grandpa left you.
I seem to have lost all of them in a boating accident.
Oh, I understand. It was that day in the canoe.
That day in the canoe, I was trying to do trend. I was going to be out in the ocean with all my
anybody,
guns in a canoe.
In case anybody from the ATF is taking notes.
Yes. And I was trying this whole video thing, and I had to leave my phone at home. So my wife was driving around my phone because it deals with business. So,
right, but you were out on the lake.
I was out.
Or in the ocean. Canoeing in the ocean.
Canoeing in the ocean.
It's on his Facebook.
Fishing.
Yeah. Indians used to do that.
Dickie Mo.
Anyway,
Well,
yeah. To own an antique, you need the license, but the antique firearms. First off, is you have to supply proof that you own the firearm. How do you do that? I know people that have had guns given to them.
Yep.
They don't even remember where they got it. They've had it so long. Where'd you get it? I don't know. Who gave it? I don't know. How do you prove it's your? Well, I don't know. Isn't possession isn't that proof of ownership?
Possession's 9/10 of the law.
So would that prove you own it? Or do I physically need a receipt? Because if I need a receipt,
different states have different laws.
Okay.
If you transfer ownership, you must.
Yeah, but this is federal, so it wouldn't be state by state. This is federal. So I don't know. They're not clear in here how you prove you own it. I got it. You don't. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But you got to prove you own it.
Shoot at them with it.
Here's the other thing. You gotta show them where you're going to store this firearm in a safe. So to have an antique gun, you have to have a firearm safe.
Does it say a safe?
Yes.
Or in a safe place?
Yeah. The storage provided for the storage of a firearm in a safe.
Okay. All right.
Or a facility approved by the Attorney General. So you got to have, Merrick's got to come to your place and say, yeah, it's cool.
There's a facility for the person that wrote
Do bunkers count?
Do bunkers count? Gabe, you got a bunker?
I will have.
I got old reruns of Archie Bunker. But that counts in some way.
No,
that was a good show.
That was a good show.
The good old days. Can you
Archie
imagine what
Bunker.
Archie Bunker would say about this?
He's rolling over.
Jeez,
Can you really?
meathead.
Holy Christ. Well, I know what Ron Reiner would think about it.
Oh, boy.
He'd be, wow, it's not strong enough. Anyway. Yeah, and if that's antique weapons. So now you got your regular license. You've had 24 hours of training. You've got a pile of bullets. You've registered them all. They know where you're keeping them. They know that he might loan me his gun and when he might do it and where I'm going to take it. And they know my name, address, and serial number and
it's just
last girlfriend's name or whatever.
Okay.
They got all that info.
What else is doing
now,
the psych evals? What does that entail?
I've had a psych eval.
Okay, but what is that psych eval?
Oh, we're going to get to that.
Oh,
they actually cover what's in that too.
It's covered in there.
We're getting to it.
Alrighty.
Don't be like Gabe. Don't jump ahead.
No, I just want to make sure we're going to be covered.
They better mention a
That's
COVID
why he had
test.
to repeat the third grade 4 times.
4 times.
5. He's lying.
5 times. I'm lying.
I'm
Fake
proud.
news.
Fake news.
Fake news. Anyways, yeah.
What are you inciting?
Now, we're going to go on from regular. We got our regular permit. We're carrying. We're good. We've got our bullets. We got an antique on the wall. We're good. We proved we owned it.
Okay.
Now, hey, what about my military style weapon? Now, right off the bat.
Military
that
style.
caught my attention. You know, there was this big buzzword, assault weapons. A lot of people call it AR-15. AR-15 is really not an assault weapon.
It was assault rifle.
Right,
when
right.
It's not. It's
now.
What does AR actually stand for?
Assault rifle, yeah. I get
What
it.
What does AR stand for?
I get it, assault rifle. But
Jeepers.
now they're not. They're military style weapons. MSWs, they're going to call them now. You need a military weapons or military style weapons license. Unique of the first license. But this is in addition to.
So this is anything that looks like it.
Oh, we're going to tell you what it is. Here we go. Okay, you have to have the first license. It says that. Now, in addition, you have to complete another training course.
Another training course.
That includes at least 24 hours of live fire training.
What do I get to shoot at?
That's easy.
Merrick Garland gets to, not at Merrick Garland, but he gets to approve what you get to shoot at.
Okay.
He gets to say, now he's never been in the military. He's anti-gun, but he's going to outline what this program of live fire training is going to make you somehow responsible to have a military style weapon. So now you got 24 hours of training that you paid for at least $15 an hour. That's $360. And I'm guessing this live fire training is going to cost you probably twice that. So there's $720 and $360. That's $1,080. Plus you've purchased insurance, right? And you've got a gun safe. God only knows what they cost. We're up to $3,000 easy right now.
Well, if you want to talk like a gun safe, that's like...
That's what it says here.
So you can't take it out in the hand truck.
You have to store it in a gun safe.
But there's... I mean, they says a gun safe. You can name a lot of things as a gun safe. You can go to Walmart and pick up a gun safe, and some of these things are little teeny tiny things you can take out with a hand truck out of a house.
Approved by the Attorney General for storage of firearms.
So we haven't even gotten into that.
It has to have that little Attorney General approved. I think it's a snowflake symbol.
A snowflake symbol?
It looks like a snowflake.
So we can get those. We can print those up right off our own home printers.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
We could have Tuned In Radio print them for us.
And here. Yeah. Tune In Customs. Anyway. Yeah, we'll get to that in a few minutes. Yeah, but that's all you now. To get just those 3 permits, you're in $3,000
already.
Easy.
So if you're making before the minimum wage comes up to $15 now,
if you weren't at the poverty level, you will be.
You will be even trying to.
Yes.
And just for clarification, Colton Wilson had clarified what AR stands for. It actually stands for Armalite Rifles.
Yes, Armalite.
That's what it is.
Which really, what does that mean?
Light?
Decaf.
It just means it's... Well, I've shot an AR-15. It's like shooting a pea shooter.
Well,
there's nothing to it. I can't see that as a military style weapon.
Well, if you ever shot a 308...
Yeah, but that's different.
Well, the thing...
I have shot a 308.
That's something that's actually going to do some damage.
That felt more to me like a military style weapon.
Now we're talking.
Like I could stop an attack with that.
And if you don't hold it close enough to your shoulder, you can dislocate it.
Right,
so, I mean, that's why they use that type of round in the military, because you want to stop the enemy coming at you. You're going to be shooting 223 and 5.56.
Yeah. But the Attorney General...
It's going to take a whole lot of those.
The Attorney General is looking out for me, though.
The Attorney General...
He's going to keep me safe.
I want to get the Gatling gun off a warthog.
Gatling gun off a warthog. All right.
All right.
Anyways, they do go on here. They cover... We're now in Section 2, psychological evaluation. This is all... Pay attention, Gabe. This is you, buddy.
This
is this is you right here. They have a couple things in here that I thought might bring to your attention, and I've highlighted them. There's more than a couple.
This sounds
pink.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the evaluation conducted in compliance with such standards shall be established by the Attorney General. Okay. He's in charge of who's crazy.
Again. Yeah.
The evaluation is conducted by a licensed psychologist approved by the Attorney General, and it includes psychological evaluation of other members of the household in which the individual resides, and so now we're going to interview not just Gabe, but his wife, his dogs, his cat, whatever he's got, whoever he's got.
Hey, they have dog psychics.
Living there. Yeah, I know.
They do. They just.
But all of that. And.
Yeah, and.
Yes. And. Where was I?
You're right there on the paper?
And, yes. As part of the psychological evaluation, the licensed psychologist interviewed any spouse of the individual.
That's not so bad.
Any former spouse of the individual. Done. And at least 2 other people.
You're done.
I mean, former spouse, I don't see where that could go off the rails.
No, there's no bad blood. No, the ex-wife, you're still lovey-dovey. Are you out of your freaking tree?
I'm trying to picture the interviewer, what the reaction he's going to have when he asks my ex-wife if I should be allowed to carry a firearm.
Yeah, there's going to be F's all over everything.
I mean, who's going to get
that fail?
Whose ex-wife is going to say, "Oh no, he's
a
quite
sweet, gentle
well-rounded,
guy,
stable individual.
He's an American."
I mean, I would like to think my ex-wife would say, "Hey, he's not a bad guy," and she might, but that's got to be rare. It really does got to be rare. I mean, and that would be now, but at the time or right after, I guarantee she'd be like, "Are you nuts? Have you lost your mind? Don't give him a weapon; he'll shoot me."
I don't think so much she would say you'd shoot her.
Oh, she would have said that,
but out of spite.
Mostly because I would have. No offense there. Just saying. I mean, yeah.
But so it's no longer based on you.
No, it's going to be based on the opinion of
you,
and including your former spouse. I don't know where they came up with that, and I guess it's probably a domestic violence.
How many times has this Attorney General been married? How many exes does he have?
It doesn't say he can have a weapon in here.
Well, but I'm just asking. Their politicians are exempt.
Yeah. Well, in here, it's not only your former spouse, and at least, so not they can talk to 2 other people.
Yep.
At least 2 other persons who are either A, a member of the family, B, an associate of, or C, the individual to further determine the state of the mental, emotional rehabilitation. Yeah, okay. It's an associate or a family member.
Do I get to pick, or does he get to pick?
No, they get to pick.
Oh, they get to pick.
So they could, that guy you've been fighting with, the neighbor across the street, they can ask him.
Yeah, the one, the one,
yeah. And that's to further determine the state of the mental, emotional, and relational stability of the individual.
Based on somebody else's opinion.
Yeah, in relational stability. What's your former spouse going to say? Oh, yeah, he's pretty stable. That's why we divorced.
It's the reason. If my neighbor treats me good, I treat him good.
But if he doesn't, you're unstable.
My treats me like an a-hole, I'm treating him like that. Hey, that's, that goes hand in hand.
Okay, now, let's assume some of this doesn't go well.
It doesn't go well. No. Hey, listen, we're in America.
Some of this apparently doesn't. From time to time, they're anticipating some of this might not go well. So they have a section here, Section 3, denial of license. So they anticipate that somebody,
the denial process.
They might know that Gabe might not make it through this far.
Oh, come on, Gabe.
They're coming up with some reasons why Gabe might not qualify.
Come on. He's a stand-up American.
It's required that the Attorney General deny such a license to an individual if obviously you're prevented by federal law from having one, like if you're a convicted felon or something like that. The individual has been hospitalized with a mental illness,
Okay.
disturbance,
Okay.
or diagnosis, including homicidal ideation. Okay, I'll go with them on this.
All right.
If they know, hey man, this guy's tried to kill somebody before, or he's standing here telling me I'm going to kill that bitch. She's, okay, I get that. I'm down with you on that.
Okay.
Suicidal ideation. Okay.
Yeah.
If you're going to kill yourself, no, I'm not going to give you a weapon.
Yeah, not going to.
If you've attempted suicide, I'm not going to give you a weapon again. I get it, man. Here's the other part: addiction to a controlled substance.
Well,
now this is.
It
doesn't say in the hospital. It says you have been hospitalized. So ever in your life, if you've been hospitalized for addiction to a controlled substance, within the meaning of the Controlled Substances Act, comma, or alcohol.
Is that means if you smoke, you're technically
Correct.
Tobacco is a controlled
it's
substance.
an addiction.
It's an addiction. And vaping, same thing. That becomes an addiction. There's nicotine in it.
Or
Not all,
alcohol.
a lot of it.
Now, alcohol, if you go onto the AMA's website, they just put out an article.
AMA?
American Medical Association.
Okay.
They just did a study and came out with it, put it online a couple months ago.
When you say they put out a study,
AMA, American Medical Association.
It's just like anything.
Published a study.
Listen, they published a study.
Yes.
Yeah,
the study said the conclusion was that if you drink 2 beers every Friday, it's not the amount, it's every Friday, you are probably an alcoholic.
With 2 beers.
Every Friday.
52 weeks a year.
Even if you don't do it.
100 and...
Yes.
Oh my God.
Which means you can't have a firearms license.
Yeah,
or you can't carry a bullet.
Can't carry a bullet.
I guess they got to rename those thermoses then.
I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who carries bullets.
Are you kidding? When I was a kid growing up and we used to go hunting.
Did you take bullets with you?
I don't know that every hunter, including my gramps, my uncles, my friends, everybody, we all went hunting together. Yep. I don't know if everyone had bullets, but I know everybody had booze. I guarantee you, every flask on that trip had brandy in it.
Now, I'm not going
to
listen. You shouldn't be doing that.
I'm just saying.
You shouldn't be doing that.
No,
you should not
technically
be drinking.
You shouldn't be doing that. But if you think you're going to
it's not a smart idea. That's how accidents happen. Shoot fellow hunters and stuff.
I know, and I've never heard of it before.
Okay.
It's never happened. I just made that up. Just saying.
Wait a second.
But no, 2 beers.
Didn't we had
2 beers every Friday.
Vice president that shot somebody during a hunting.
Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney. His wife is Republican Party, third in charge.
Is she?
Liz Cheney. Yeah.
Is that her?
Yeah.
That's his daughter.
God.
Did I just say that?
He said his wife.
Yeah, he should have shot her instead of the...
Yeah, that's his daughter, though. Liz Cheney.
Oh, that's right. It is his daughter. Yeah.
Well, does he live in the South? Could be either or.
Ooh, and that's next week's show. No, I'm just kidding. We were going to do that show this week, but the banjo player was sick. Came down with COVID. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. If you have a chronic mental illness or disturbance or brain disease, you can be denied.
Does it say anything about Trump supporters?
Brain disease. If you are diagnosed with brain cancer, you have to give up all your guns. You have to. They're going to take your guns. They'll confiscate your guns if you have brain cancer. Any brain disease, according to this, you will lose your weapons. Or if you drink 2 beers every Friday. That's one. Yeah.
If you drink 2 beers, or if you get some kind of brain disease.
Correct. Here's the other reason. If you ever, for any reason, are charged or indicted for a crime. In other words...
what kind of crime? Are we talking felonies, misdemeanors?
Punishable by imprisonment for a term exceeding 1 year.
Yes, of course. That's, anything over 1 year is a felony. So
that would be a Class A misdemeanor. In some states.
Yeah, but anything over...
If you're accused of a crime that they can give you 1 year and a day for, in any situation anywhere.
Yep.
Just charged.
Yep.
You don't have to be found guilty. Just charged, you lose your license.
Just charged, huh?
Just charged.
So guilty to
Guilty
proven
till
innocent?
proven innocent. Correct.
That's our justice system
That is
today.
correct. Yes, that is it. Now, here's the thing. You know, this is all great, and maybe I'll follow these rules. Maybe I won't. Maybe you're thinking maybe you won't. Maybe they're just kidding. I don't think they're kidding.
No, this is some
This
pretty
is,
serious stuff.
Some hardcore
They
penalties
got,
coming
They
here.
got the collection plate out.
Yeah. Here's the thing. If you let your license expire, as in the case of a license that has been in effect. Oh no, wait a minute.
I think you're too far ahead.
We're not. I'm ahead of myself.
Yes, you're ahead of yourself.
Let's talk about the renewal first.
Well, not just renewal. What about with the licensing you
Well,
need to have?
Here you go. This is the license.
Okay.
You know, we know you had to have 24 hours of training.
That's all that.
You have
Yep,
to have
yep,
your
yep.
insurance.
Now you have to get a license.
You got to get another 24 hours of training
Military.
for military style,
Yep.
which would include all kinds of things. We'll
You
get
know,
to that too.
we know that AR-15s. We do. They do make those in airsoft as well. I mean, you're gonna have to have all this training for the airsoft because they do resemble them.
Well, but they haven't addressed. This says firearms or firearm
It
ammunition.
shoots a piece of plastic.
I don't know. I think fire would. I think it has to be explosive in nature.
I can almost
They refer you
guarantee.
back to the definitions of firearms.
Did they?
in the-
Well,
I can almost
I'm just-
guarantee
I'm
you
just-
can do more damage with a bow and arrow than you can with a firearm.
Well, I don't know.
Quietly.
I've never heard of a masked school bowing, but you know,
Crossbow.
I did.
I'm not, we're live. We can't
It's
cut
another
any of this
show.
stuff out. I did.
entirely. That's not to be considered the train thing. That's different. That's different. Anyways,
show.
you
Babylon,
have to,
Portland.
after you've gone through all this work, that's good for 1 year.
That's good for a year.
1 year. For the first 5 years of your then gracing you with permission
Gracing you.
to own your firearm and possess your firearm and your ammunition and your antique in your safe, and you got your insurance policy
And your antique.
and you've had your training. Yeah. If
So
you've
now
got an
this is going to
antique
include
firearm.
muzzle loaders now. Because
No,
muzzle
if you wanted a muzzleloader, you had to get it approved and
because at
prove
one point,
ownership
muzzle
and
loaders,
get
you
a
don't even
safe.
need a license for a muzzle loader.
You do now.
Oh, going to
It's
need
an
one.
antique firearm. You have to have the first permit, and you have to get
We
a
need a
second
muzzle-
permit and show them proof you own it, and you have to show proof of the safe you're going to keep that antique firearm in. Remember,
This is a war.
keep
We're
up
not
with
going
me
to have
now.
muzzle loaders.
And if one of those antique
back to the Gatling
weapons
gun.
looks like a military style, then you have to have the second license. So now you got 48 hours of training. You got the insurance. You got the safe. You got the proof of ownership. You give them all the information for the database. That's good for a year. For the first 5 years, you'll have to do this once a year.
Once a year. Okay. For
In
5 years.
training, yes.
Okay.
After 5 years, you only have to do this every 3 years.
Oh, they cut your break.
Yes, they cut your break.
Cut your break.
I don't know, for knowing what you're doing for a long enough time, I suppose. But yeah, so they're going to get this money from you coming and going. Okay.
Going, huh?
Yeah, here
Going
comes
where?
the money part.
Here comes the
This
dollars.
bill includes money.
Well, it has
Surprise,
to. It
surprise.
has to include money.
You know why it has to include money?
Why does it have to include money?
Because if this bill didn't include any money, it would not qualify for what they call budget reconciliation vote.
Oh, so it's they could have put $1, 50 cents.
Yes. See, if it involves money, then let's say this bill passes the House. They get the 218 votes to pass this bill through the House, and then it goes to the Senate. They will need 60 votes to pass this bill.
Yes.
No. Because it involves money,
Okay.
they can slide it through on a budget reconciliation. So
There we go.
now
Another-
all they need is 51 votes.
Another insurrection. Insurrection.
Yeah, they're going to incite an erection
Insurrection.
or insurrection.
Yeah.
Did I do that out loud? Anyway, yeah. So there's fees.
We're gonna be taking it, all right. This passes
Here's
will
the
be
fee.
taking it to the
Yeah,
backside.
the Attorney General shall issue to any person who has applied for a license pursuant to this subsection and has paid to the Attorney General the fee.
Fee of what?
Specified in paragraph 2 of this subsection. We're going to skip to paragraph 2. Paragraph 2, fee. The fee specified in this paragraph is $800.
Wait, it's $800. So listen, we got up to
$800.
almost a thousand.
You were
plus.
over 3,200, now 800. So you're at $4,000 to have you an antique
lost-
military style weapon.
So I lost like 2.
Yeah,
grand
that
somewhere
is
inside
per weapon.
Correct. I didn't get to that
weapon.
yet. I didn't get to that yet. That's per weapon.
But I wanted to interject.
I see.
You wanted to interject.
So
if
you own
insurrect.
100 weapons, you're now up to $400,000 annually.
Annually.
Only every 3 years after
This
5
is
years.
anally because
Yeah.
this is ridiculous.
But
this is way.
But
this
mind
is
you,
even
at $15 an hour, you can't even afford the first.
no.
No. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But here, just so you know, because you had asked me earlier, AR, military style, what's the difference? Well, here you go.
Okay.
Military style weapons defined.
Defined.
The term military style weapons,
So
and
anybody
they
can
put
name
it in
it.
quotes, just means.
Air quotes or quotes?
No, they put it in real quotes.
Oh, they put it
I
in
just
real
don't have so I hear.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Go ahead, put those in.
Yeah. Any of the firearms or copies, or any of the firearms, or copies or duplicates of the firearms in any caliber known as, and they have a list here. They've got Norinco, Mitchell, Polytex, Avtomat, Kalashnikovs, AKs, all the popular
even say that.
Colt AR-15s, Beretta AR-70s. I mean, Intratechs, Tech 9s, Tech DC-9s, Tech 22s, all that stuff. Anything that's listed here, and it's a big, long list
It's a list.
here,
It's a list.
or anything that copies or duplicates.
See,
duplicates
that's
of
my
these firearms.
question. If you duplicate a copy,
Is it a copy or a duplicate? Or?
it's a copy. Of it.
I don't know. Is it an original? Anyway, if it looks like one of those things, it's a military style weapon. So you'd need that second license.
You need the second license.
That's
For the
one
48
way.
hours.
The second way
Uh-huh.
is to have a semi-automatic rifle that has the ability to accept a detachable magazine and has any of the
I'm
following.
surprised the idiots didn't call it a clip.
I might have, except it says in here detachable magazine.
No, but
Some of them aren't clips. By the way, drums and such things, none of those are legal.
Why is that?
They're not listed as legal in here. You'll see.
Does it have a capacity?
It outlaws. Yes, we're going to get to that too.
Oh, it has
Yes.
a capacity.
Yeah, you can't have a folding or telescoping stock. Can't have a pistol grip. Anything that does is a military style weapon. A bayonet mount, a flash suppressor, or any threaded barrel designed to accommodate
Like I
a
said,
flash suppressor.
before
Or a
like
grenade
the-
launcher. Now,
but-
granted, I don't think I want my neighbor having a grenade launcher.
You
I know they're
what?
great for deer
If
hunting.
I could say
It's great for deer hunting. I'm down with
beef
that.
jerky in no time.
We go
Yeah.
hunt them ex-wives that they're making us
Oh,
interview.
yeah.
Yeah. Grenade launcher.
Grenade launchers,
Who has those? Do people have those? Is
I
that
don't
a
know.
thing?
I don't know.
Did I miss something?
You miss a
Well,
lot.
I don't know. I got a mortar launcher at my
You got a
house.
mortar. Gabe's got a rocket launcher. Check it out. We're going to Gabe's later.
Supposedly. I know.
Well, we need to go shoot some cool stuff before they enact
But
this
see, here's
crap.
my thing. How much does one of those projectiles even cost?
I don't know. I wouldn't know where to get
Oh,
'em.
Gabe?
You know, once they pass...
I didn't say I had ammunition. I just said
I don't know where to
launcher.
get one, but if they pass this law, all we got to do is go online and we can find out who's got one.
Right? Right?
Just saying.
We don't have to rob the bank.
No.
We can go after the armored car.
Right.
Launch that thing.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, yeah, grenade launcher, a semi-automatic pistol that has an ability to accept a detachable magazine and has any of the following: is an ammunition magazine that attaches to the
Hold on.
pistol
Hold on.
outside of the pistol grip.
Can you stop, please? Any semi-automatic pistol
That has these
that
following
has a
things:
detachable what?
detachable magazine, and at least two of. So you have to have two of these other items.
I want to see somebody single load a semi-automatic. Hold
That'd be fun.
Time out. Time out. I'll put my
Hold on.
yeah.
Time.
Slide lock.
I'm sure
Put the
the
next
guy
one
will-
in.
Well, etiquette would say you don't shoot at a man who's reloading.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Oh,
in the sense of fair play?
so these
Exactly,
people
yeah.
only.
You can't have a threaded barrel either.
That's as bad as the idiot politician going on that and talking about having a what was he called? A bullet.
Yeah.
A bullet switch. What do you call that stupid thing? What did that idiot call that? You're sitting there. He's going. I can't remember his name. I can see his face. But he was holding
doesn't
an
help
AR.
us much.
He says he was holding an AR, and he was he called it a bullet button.
A bullet button.
The bullet
you mean
button
the trigger.
that does 30 rounds a second.
Bullet button. Wow.
Well, it just means about a lot of
These are the guys
Sounds like
making
he
the
went to
laws.
training class.
Yeah, it sounds like he went
I
to
would
the
have
training
never
class.
known it was called that.
I
always thought
it
it
just
was a
comes down
trigger.
to a semi-automatic pistol
That has
that
any two of the following
that
items.
has-
If it has a threaded barrel for a flash suppressor, and it has an external magazine, detachable, or it has a shroud that encircles the barrel that permits the shooter to hold the firearm without the non-trigger hand without being burned. Anything manufactured with more than 50 ounces of weight when the pistol's unloaded.
What?
Yeah, anything heavier than 50 ounces unloaded.
Well,
I'm gonna have to go back out. If I can remember where I was canoeing and grab some of those pistols
a fixed magazine capacity in excess of 5 rounds. So if you have an old revolver, don't those hold 6 or 8?
Yeah, but a revolver's different.
Well,
it doesn't
it
have a
depends.
detachable magazine.
doesn't have a detachable,
But
but it also depends on the
Doesn't
caliber.
matter.
If you got a 22.
A fixed magazine in capacity in excess of 5 rounds.
Well,
Well,
then
see,
we're...
well,
then-
So
Well, you
an
could
old
have a-
Colt 6-shooter is a military style weapon.
no, no.
With the
General Patton had
22s,
one.
I mean,
Huh?
Patton had one.
I'm just saying it's a military style weapon. Now you could get a 38, which is a 5-shooter.
yeah, you got
Years
the,
ago,
you,
I had one. It was a 5 round.
Yeah, you get those the what do you call it?
Snub
38
nose
specials.
38,
Those-
Saturday night special.
Yeah,
yeah.
you have to get
Yeah.
38 specials and then.
But those were 5 rounds. But
Yeah, and
apparently,
they
if
still
you get a
manufacture them.
Colt 6-shooter, now that's a military style. Anyway,
Imagine how small the barrel would be with a 22 revolver. Of course, they
Yeah.
had those small ones,
Yeah.
barely fit in your hand. I mean, but
Yeah.
little 2-shooters and stuff.
okay.
But a full size, it looks like the 38s and the third and the
But
and
the weight
357s.
the weight classification disqualifies every handgun that's out there.
Pretty
every
much.
50 ounce. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know
does.
the weights, but I'm sure it's
Even the Glocks.
Yep.
With the Glocks that are
They're carbon.
not yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Carbon
But
fiber or,
there's
poly-
what, 16 ounces in a pound, so that's a 4-pound gun. That's a fairly heavy weapon.
That's
I don't think,
about
yeah,
Yeah,
normal.
we're not tracking trigger pull.
A plastic weapon, I don't believe, is 4 pounds. That's pretty heavy.
And that's without
That's unloaded.
unloaded.
Right.
Well, no, I think we'll
That's
have
dry
a few
weight.
inside there. We'll have some
Yeah.
of the Glocks.
You'd have
will
to
be,
weigh your weapons.
some of the Glocks will.
I still
will
say we're
qualify.
going right back to that Gatling gun.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's some polygons out there that'll make that weight.
Yeah.
That-
Here's the thing. This is what happens to you should you take it upon yourself to not follow all these rules.
Okay.
They're probably going to write you a ticket, $50 fine.
Well,
Oh.
50?
Apparently not.
Is it per gun?
Apparently it's more than $50.
Is it going to be per gun?
It's per incident.
Per incident?
Whoever knowingly violates this section.
Well, I didn't know.
Yeah. If you're carrying a weapon without a license or a bullet, mind you,
This is it. This is
a bullet,
bullet.
a round of ammunition.
I got a body hammer. It's got a little tip at the end of it. Hey, buddy.
Yes. Whoever knowingly
carpet
violates, whoever knowingly violates this section shall be fined not less than $75,000
$75,000.
and not more than $150,000.
Oh, I leave it with a limit on it.
So,
Yes. I mean,
but I mean, if you can afford $400,000 a year
for
all your weapons,
but listen. But
75 grand
anyways,
more.
if you got that kind of money for all your weapons, you're underneath the table anyways. Who are we kidding? You don't have to worry about
you
nothing.
better make friends with the Attorney General.
Yeah, Attorney
Either
General.
that or
So
you
that's
become a
the
government
fine.
employee.
They shall be fined not less than $75,000, not more than $150,000, and not or, and imprisoned not less than, hold your socks, 15 years.
Well, they take your
15
guns that way.
years.
Not less than 15 years.
Not less than 15.
For carrying a bullet without a license.
Does it have a maximum?
Yeah, 25 years.
Oh, 25. So 15
Yes.
to 25.
Yes.
So
Yep.
you
They
might
can
not
do
have
both of
killed any.
those.
So you not have killed anybody.
They can
You
do
didn't
both
rob
of those
anybody. You're still the model. Well, basically a model citizen to where you've done everything legal up to that point, but you get caught carrying as much as a piece of ammunition.
Yes.
And you
One little
become-
22 round.
Then you could go ahead and become a felon
You will be a felon. This is a felony.
immediately with fines that will bankrupt the even.
But you'll have time to save the money.
You'll have time to save. Oh, you can make money while you're in jail?
I think they give 11 cents an hour.
11? Damn.
Something like that. California's paying the most. I think they pay 77 cents.
77.
Yeah.
So if I want to do this,
Yeah, but then they deduct meals.
Yeah, I don't know. Will they take ramen noodles for the fine? I don't.
Listen, those are expensive in there. You joke around. That's
ramen noodles are
right
money
there.
in the joint now.
Yeah,
don't ask me how I know that. I'm not.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, that's
word on the street.
That's if you break the law. Shame on you. Now, here's the thing. Let's say Gabe's a good guy. He passed his psychological test.
How can you say that? Let's say
Gabe passed his psycho test. They have decided, yes, Gabe is psycho. Give him a gun.
Give him a gun.
So Gabe's got weapons.
Not that he doesn't want one.
Gabe's
going to give him one because he doesn't want one.
Gabe's got weapons. He's at a gun show.
Yep. Oh, this is going to be illegal too. You watch.
No, they don't touch it directly. They do touch it, but not directly.
Yes.
Took me a lifetime to buy that Gatling gun.
Is this a Biden thing?
Here we go.
Touching indirectly? Come on.
I think they sniffed on it.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Anyway, if Gabe, law-abiding, non-psycho Gabe over there,
yes, he doesn't want a gun, but he gets them because he doesn't want them.
Doesn't smoke at all. He's got a gun safe. He's had 48 hours of training. He's got proved he owned his antique weapon. Got the military style for all his flip boat stocks and stuff.
Yep.
And
Don't forget the passport.
He's legal, and he decides he's gonna sell you a firearm.
Gonna sell me one.
And he's a good guy, so he checks and makes sure you got a license.
Oh, you have to check to see if I'm a good guy.
He made sure at a gun show. He made sure you had a license.
Oh, look at that.
And you showed him that license.
Okay, and I showed him the license.
He sold you the gun.
Okay.
Transferred you the gun. He could have given it to you. It doesn't matter.
Right. Either which way, change of ownership.
You go down the road. Here's the thing. If you go down the road.
Okay, I'm going down the road.
And you possess or use
that
firearm possessed? During or in relation to a crime, an unintentional shooting, a suicide.
Unintentional shooting.
Yeah, if you accidentally shoot yourself with that weapon.
Oh, I'm in trouble now.
Or you commit suicide. Or you possess. If you possess that weapon and you discuss a crime with someone, doing a crime, conspiracy to commit a crime is a crime. And if you had that gun on you while you did that, you're guilty of a crime. So's he.
So we're going to be bosom buddies.
Yes, matter of fact.
Yeah, and all because of a handshake.
Gabe shall not, for transferring you that, the transferor, which would be Gabe, shall be fined not less than $75,000 and not more than $100,000, and he shall be imprisoned for not less than 15 years and not more than 25 years.
Well, you know something? We're to the age, and I do believe Gabe and I are at the age that,
it don't matter anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
where our life sentence becomes really short.
Whoa, I read that wrong.
Oh, how dare you?
You cannot be fined less than $75,000 and locked up for not less than 15, no more than 25 years.
Okay.
Gabe, the transferor, the one who didn't commit a crime or shoot himself or kill himself.
Okay.
He shall be fined not less than $100,000.
Your fine's bigger.
Not more than $150,000. And imprisoned not less than 25 years.
Wow.
Or no more than 40 years.
So I'm going to need to ship in the ramen noodles to you after.
So
I'm privileged.
You give him a gun or sell him a gun. He goes and robs a bank. They catch him. He goes to jail. They fine him $75,000 and give him 15 years for having the gun.
So I'm going to have a trial?
Because you gave him the gun, you pay $100,000 and do 25 to 40. You're going to do more time than he is, and he did the crime.
So then that includes manufacturers of the gun too, right?
Correct. Anyone who transfers a gun.
So if you manufacture a gun
and transfer it,
so someone buys it, that's a transfer, automatic.
Correct. You can give it to them, sell it to them, however you transfer possession of that firearm. So, what do you think is going to happen to gun manufacturers in this country? I'm out of that business.
No, listen.
I'm out of that business.
If that came into, and that, they tried that once already. But see, this is
This is what? Here's the thing. Let's get through the rules, and then we'll talk about what you think. Here we go. It shall
Not
be,
what I know.
Here's some additional in general stuff. It's at the bottom.
general.
It shall be unlawful for any person to possess ammunition that is 50 caliber or greater. License,
50 cal.
all that stuff. No, 50 caliber
So
greater.
shotguns are gone.
Yep. It's unlawful for any person to possess a large capacity ammunition feeding device.
I always wanted a shotgun with those mega drums on there.
Yeah, large capacity is defined as more than 10. 10 rounds max.
Anybody know anybody that owns one of those was it AA-12A or something like that?
Now you can't even have it.
See that?
It could be empty.
Look
You
that
can't
up.
have one.
That looks like a pretty cool shotgun. Now,
Yeah.
that one would be like.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
If you get caught with
That's-
one of those empty magazines, large
Even if it's empty?
capacity even if it's empty, it's $50,000 and 10 years in prison.
What about if I want to
10 to
call it?
20.
What about if it's hanging on my wall and I'm calling it?
No can
R?
do. No can do. No can do.
No can do.
It is
Even in
an
the form
ammunition
of
feeding device. According to the way this is worded, if it's an ammunition feeding device,
That's like calling
Hey,
a fork
look
an
at the bright
obesity
What
feeding
bright
device,
side?
please.
Huh?
What bright
That
side?
means all of our wives are. We can get fined for having all our wives. They're an ammunition feeding device.
Yeah. I get where you went with that.
I see where he went with
It's a
that.
gassy
Yeah.
kinda thing. I get it. I get
You
it.
got to be careful with that.
Yeah. Mama Sue is just going.
This is the beauty of the whole thing, though, and this is
There's nothing.
Now this is crazy.
Not beautiful. It is not beautiful.
They
This
fix
is
it all right here at the end.
nothing beautiful. Oh, they fix it.
They fix it all right here at the end because
Now how do they fix that? Well, you go ahead and finish what you're doing. Where's the
this
trash
is how
can?
they
We're
fixed
done.
it. Here we go.
We're gonna fix that.
This fixes it all. This should make everyone feel more comfortable. The last statement in this: within 1 year after the date of the enactment of this act. So, in other words, for up to 1 year, once they enact this,
Yep.
they might find that there's an issue with this, something that needs correction.
They
might.
Oh.
It could be their
For real?
former wives thing. I don't know. It could be the possession of, I don't know, whatever. If they find that something is not functioning properly with this bill, and I quote, the Attorney General shall prescribe final regulations to implement the amendments made by this subsection. In other words, the Attorney General can rewrite all of it.
Oh, in other words, he can say, "Oh,
can add
I
whatever he
effed up.
wants.
I effed up.
Take out
Let's
whatever he
just
wants.
yeah. Let's fix this. Amend this a little bit and put.
Yes.
Let me put my
And-
little Band-Aid on it.
And the Attorney General reserves the right to deny the license to anyone. So the Attorney General of the
Your
United
Attorney
States
General.
of America.
Because it's your president.
So
We're not even going to get into that. The Attorney General of the United States can decide he doesn't like the cologne you're wearing or whatever. It doesn't have to give a reason, and you are not going to get.
This smells.
this
This smells.
that is the actual copy of the bill, right?
That is. This is downloaded right from Congress.gov. It's the bill that they're going to review, debate, and vote on in the House during the 117th
I don't believe it.
first session.
I don't believe it. You know why I don't believe it?
Why?
It's not 7,000 pages.
Oh, yeah, true.
They
Yeah,
never
yeah.
are.
Yeah, it's not
Because
stacked
it's
up
not-
like this.
It's not a complete bill yet.
And that's
This
rippable.
is an HR. It's a House resolution.
Hey.
So they're going to put this forth, vote on it in the House, and then they'll create a bill, which is what you're used to. 7,000 pages. And yeah. But in the end, even after they do all that and it's approved, the Attorney General can still change any part of that bill. When it's
This
done.
is
All
this
done
is
said.
where there's just.
Here's the thing. If the Democrats think that this
This is not a joke. This is
Here's the
really
way I
what they
look
want
at
to
it.
try to do.
How does this make anyone more safe?
Doesn't.
Have you heard any way that this makes someone more safe?
The laws and
I
Canada.
actually have. I heard one thing that it does make some people more safe.
What's?
People that have suicidal tendencies. It will not allow you to get a weapon. So it makes you a tiny bit safer. You can't shoot yourself with a gun.
It just gives. But listen,
That's all I can find.
and it's sad. Suicide is
It's sad.
It's a very sad thing. It's terrible.
It's a terrible thing to do to your family.
We have countries. There are other countries to do to yourself, to do to your family. It hurts everybody. It hurts
If
the
you want to do it
community.
to yourself, I don't have a problem with that. But doing it
It's-
to your family is a crime.
Yeah, absolutely. But we have other countries in this world that do this and they still have suicide. There's always going to be a
Sure they
will
do.
and there's going to be a way.
Jump off a roof.
Anything. So that shouldn't even be on the table.
No,
not even on the table.
I don't see how it's effectively going to make anyone safer.
It's not.
Now, wait a minute. Who is this supposed to help? Go back to the beginning. I forget her name. Let me look. I think the very first page says
her name?
Yes. This act may be cited as, and this is what they're going to call it, the Sabika Sheikh Firearm Licensing and Registration Act. They called it the Sabika Sheikh Act because that was in May of 2018 in Houston, Santa Fe High School. I believe it was 10 students that were killed in the shooting. One of them was Miss Sabika Sheikh. She was a Pakistani exchange student.
All right. Very sad. I mean, that's tragic. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, Sheila Jackson Lee, the congressman from that district, District 18 in Texas. Houston, Texas.
Houston.
She has decided to name this bill after her because somehow this is going to prevent what happened to Ms. Sheikh and other victims of shootings, which, granted, there is a problem. I'll have to say, there is a problem with mass shootings in this country. Will this fix it? No. Taking the rights away from law-abiding citizens is not going to protect anyone.
No, Chicago and LA is a perfect example. And we'll keep on using that as an example every
Take
single
away guns
time.
from non-criminals, and the only people that'll have guns are the criminals.
Because the criminals don't do what? They don't obey laws.
Yeah, you can make this law. They don't, and you're not. Here's the thing.
You mean like Congress?
Democrats, which is why I call them snowflakes. They're afraid of every damn thing. If you think that a criminal is afraid of these penalties, wow, are you...
I mean,
delusional.
And here's the thing: those you can add those fines. You can triple those fines, triple them. A criminal, I guarantee you, the criminals, he's still got a backlog, or she's got a backlog full of owed fines as it is. You think adding $4 to it? They don't care.
No, the only threat in there is time in prison, and they don't really care about that.
And taking,
if time in prison was a thing, murder, you get it used to be the death penalty. That didn't discourage anybody, but neither does life in prison. They're still going to kill people. They still do it now.
It's
that, and they let them out early anyway. So
yeah,
a lot of this.
15 years.
I'll be out in
7. That's how they look at it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a waste of time. It's a waste of ink. A waste of paper. It's a waste of. We have so many other things that we could be working on. In the House than this baloney.
I will tell you what this is.
Oh, you mean impeachment?
Oh my God.
Yeah. My rights under the Constitution are not given to me by the Constitution. They are recognized by the Constitution. I believe the wording is inalienable rights.
Okay.
Is how the Constitution refers to my rights. In other words, they weren't given to me by the Constitution. They are protected by the Constitution.
Right.
And my Second Amendment right to bear arms is part of that.
And if the first one doesn't work, that's why we have the second.
You have the right to free speech in the First Amendment. And if that one doesn't work out, that's why we have the Second Amendment. That's
Absolutely.
Dave Chappelle said that.
Dave Chappelle. Gotta love that man.
I didn't know he was that smart. I really
smart
thought he was a funny guy. Don't get me wrong. I didn't know he was that intelligent.
Guess what?
But realistically, this is an attempt to subvert my Second Amendment right. Our Second Amendment right.
This is, if you don't want to...
It's treason to come after, to try to willfully deny an American citizen their constitutional rights is treason.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Treason is punishable by death. I'll be darned.
But you can't put that out there.
And guess what? They just changed the death penalty. They added firing squad.
They put that back in?
Nice.
Yep.
Well, but you can't.
That's kind of funny
you
about the
cannot aggressively tell people.
Is it still the same?
You should be hung for treason.
Is it still the same?
Can't do that.
Is it by gun? Is it still the same? Like they have, like if they have
you
so
can
many
choose
guys,
a firing squad.
one person doesn't has like a blanket.
No, out of five, I think it's 5 or 7 bullets. Or something like that.
3 or 7.
Yeah.
Some got bullets, some don't.
Is it that it's to take the conscience from the people, aiming down the sight? Is that what it is?
I'll tell you what. If you could I'll do it all by myself.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. If anybody who's shot a gun knows that they're shooting a blank or they're shooting one with a bullet.
Yeah,
You
well,
absolutely know. It's called recoil.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bang.
I'm
I
okay.
guess you got him. Crap, I wanted to kill him.
It's a smoke show.
No.
Yeah.
What you see, this is, I think that Democrats, I really don't believe that Jack thinks this is going to solve anything. I really don't.
It will solve
This
nothing.
is about her lack of personal self-esteem, whatever it may be, that causes people to want power at any cost.
This is
And she's willing to go out on a limb and just go after the conservatives, take their guns. That's what this is about.
It's not just that. You know, you're going to take a tragedy, and you're going to use that tragedy as leverage.
But they do it all the time.
And that's the sad part about it.
Of course.
I mean, if you want to bring, you know, these kids or adults, what have you, that have been murdered in here, you want to bring that to light and awareness. Let's do it the right way, not trying to take away other people's rights based on one other person's actions.
Well, here's the thing.
You know what they say, never let a crisis go to waste. Or in this case, never let an erection go to waste.
You can turn it into votes, you can turn it into money.
My God, you can...
That's not just Democrats. Republicans will do
Oh,
that
yeah.
too.
They all do.
Every single...
It's contemptuous from either side. But trying to take away our rights as Americans is ridiculous.
And they're taking away our First Amendment, big tech.
They already got the first. Now they're going to go after the second.
Yes, because...
What happens when they get to the fourth? And now we don't have the right to...
What amendment is it to right to vote?
Seizure
Which amendment is it to right to vote?
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's already been taken away,
They
too.
already took that.
That's already gone.
Away.
It's already gone.
That's already been taken away.
But,
That's done by...
They're slowly,
the internet now.
slowly but surely taking our rights. And if the Democrats, the snowflakes out there in Joe Biden la-la land don't see this, it's going to be too late.
But listen,
Here's the
Joe
thing,
Biden, he's not even the
snowflakes.
president.
No, I know. He's just he's a freaking Pez dispenser. They come by, pop his neck open, take a whatever pill they need out of it. And
I was going to phrase it another way, because usually puppets have their hand, that puppet
Up
master
his
goes
ass?
up, you got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's usually the way it plays with a lot.
Yeah, but he doesn't grin a lot. And
I
he
mean,
would be grinning if that was the case.
You know who I was reminded today of a very wordy, well put statements, and Reagan was great for that.
Yeah.
Reagan, he could go ahead, and if he got...
Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah. He was absolutely great, and he'll put it out there. I mean, there's a man that got shot at.
Yep.
Took a bullet and still says, you're still not taking away everybody's guns for one person.
It wouldn't solve the problem anyway.
It wouldn't solve the dang problem. Not at all.
Well, it's not, really. You think about it. I know a few, and I know you know some people. There are people out there who said, yes, they can come take my guns. They can pry them from my cold, dead hands.
Yes. And
I tend to believe the people that tell me that. I truly do.
If this passes, and I know a lot of people, seen a lot of people, talked to a lot of people.
They can enact this.
And if it's enacted,
I don't think they can enforce
some
it.
of them are saying if it does pass, they are asking for what they don't want.
Oh yes.
And the
that was my
are
message
not,
to the snowflakes out there. I know
this is not what
you blue lefty snowflakes. You're used to.
You mean they're actually going to cause an erection?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's going to be
More than
one
that.
heck of an uprising,
Yeah.
because
See,
people,
Democrats think that everything's nice, and if people would just behave and say the right things, and everything would be utopia here. Let me tell you, if you think that you're going to scare conservative gun owners into giving up their weapons, you are delusional. And that's going to be costly. I'm not saying I'm not going to do nothing. I don't even own a firearm. But I'm telling you right now,
mine drowned.
the people you're going after are not going to cooperate.
No,
you can enact this.
Yep. It's not going to come on.
Would hate to see you attempt to enforce this, because these people are going to fight. This is going to be, if this is enacted, This is the starter pistol for a civil war.
It is very much.
Okay, have at it.
Very much so.
Let people know that you can't buy guns and you can't buy ammunition, not because of any laws. It's because people are buying up all the
there's none left.
Well,
Yeah.
Good
luck finding some.
Can only,
ammunition especially.
And it's not being like it's regulated. The problem is that you can only
like
manufacture
so fast.
You can't speed up that process.
Yeah.
Because then you end up with junk ammunition. Stuff that's
sold out as
fire.
quickly as they're manufacturing it.
So you need to still
And it's not just this country. It's going all over the world.
But we have Democrats out there that still believe in it's not all Democrats. We do have some Democrats out there that still
believe in their Second Amendment.
believe in this First and Second Amendment rights. And
none in the House.
No, none in the House. But we we have a lot of problems with our representatives that are in the House, but we still have some good Democrats out there that do believe in this and don't believe in what's going on. So it's not all.
Here's the
just
other thing
most
too,
right
though.
now.
If maybe this bill doesn't pass. Maybe this is very radical.
That's pretty.
And if it doesn't pass, okay, great, we defeated that. My concern
They're going to keep on coming for it.
Well, my concern is if this is how aggressive and how insane you come at us, and we vote that down, if they back off just a little bit and a little bit more, what legislation is going to pass?
True.
You're still going to gut
the other thing is you got to look at too is the fact that they always stuff bills that don't pass.
This is just this topic.
Yes.
When it's this thick, it'll have all kinds of.
Well, see, and the people don't understand that when they said when any president was up there saying, "Well, he didn't pass this law, he didn't pass that law because that was the main part of the bill."
Yeah.
There's a reason for it. There's a lot of stuff that was stuffed in
it's
between
the crap
there.
They tried to flow
and they
through
tried to
with it.
flow through there.
Yeah.
He says, a lot of people have to start thinking that. It's not just the one main bill.
No.
There's a lot of underlying baloney that they stuff inside there. Like this whole, listen, they promised the world, Biden, you go ahead and you vote me in, I'm passing it.
$2,000.
Here comes your money. Where is it? Nowhere to be found. Another lie.
As a matter of fact,
$1,400.
As a matter of fact, he's actually backing off to $1,400 now.
Yeah, he's coming down a little bit.
That's what you see what I mean?
Yeah.
But what about,
But it's not his fault. I heard that it's not his fault.
We had a lot of
Price of fuel just went up.
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's going to start going back up again. I mean, you just.
It's all.
I have some. I used to be a Teamster. I used to be a Teamster.
What do you do about HR 127?
What do you do?
What do you do as a? Let's say you're out there listening.
Well, I've already
you just heard this. You didn't know none of this. Now you're sitting there in your living room and you're like, "Damn, DJ Rick, you just pissed me off. What the hell do I do about this?"
I start contacting.
What do you do?
I already contacted. I contacted Scott Jarvis and I contacted Kevin McCarthy.
House representatives.
So I'm letting them know that, hey, listen, we got a problem over here and we don't like it. Mm-hmm. Where do you stand? I asked them straight out. I tagged them inside of it and I asked them, where do you stand on this? Because I'd like to know, where do you stand? I mean, you're here in Tennessee.
They owe you that. They work for you. Technically, Kevin McCarthy doesn't work for you.
But
he works for the state of California.
But I still want to know where he stands.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you stand on this? I mean, this is getting kind of radical. Where are we at?
But are you willing to believe whatever they tell you?
I was going to say
no. See, because actions, we always know actions are louder than words. But
you mean politicians don't tell the truth, Gabe?
No.
Wow. Maybe that check's not in the mail.
That check's not in the mail.
But
it's just going down to if you don't go ahead and you don't start haunting these people and letting them know how you feel now, you're represented, whether it's in your district, for your state. If you don't get into them now and remove them from office because the part of the majority of us don't want any of baloney like this to pass.
How are you going to remove them from office?
Well, you have to recall them. There are different ways.
Like
I'm not an expert in
Houston, District 18, recall Sheila Jackson.
Yeah, you need to recall her. You need to get with people.
That's about the only.
Definitely don't re-elect her. They just re-elected
they re-elected her. She's what for 2000.
Well, I was going to say, if you think you're going to
term.
vote somebody out of office, think again because look what happened last time.
Well, the votes don't apparently work. But here's the thing too, and the Democrats have, and I'm going to use Maxine Waters. She's got this down to a science.
Well, have you ever seen actual pictures
it's called
of her
cancel
district?
Culture. Oh, it's horrible. But here's the thing.
Garbage.
Now, and I know
in the streets.
People are
really
really mad about this. And you call my congressman, yeah, I've been doing that crap for years. It doesn't work. No. You know what works is what the Democrats have been doing the whole time.
What's that?
The left has been in your face. Black Lives Matter made it work. Black Lives Matter go right up to you in a restaurant.
Wait. You talking about
raise your fist.
You know why the Nobel Peace Prize means nothing? You know why it means nothing to me?
Because Black Lives Matter was nominated? You know what it takes to get nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize? Do you know how many people are eligible to make nominations to the Nobel?
5?
No, try thousands.
Thousands?
Thousands. Any previous organization that won, any previous person that won, any leader in academic society, there's thousands of people that can nominate someone for a Nobel Prize.
I think
you know how many nominees they have right now? For this year's nomination, you know how many nominees they got right now?
How many?
Over 100. By the time they pick one, there'll be almost 1,000.
Where's the other one that aggravated the tar out of me? Well, there's another one that aggravated the tar out of me. I remember the Black Lives Matter was one. There was another one that
one really got me though.
Yeah, but there's another one.
Here's the thing though. The left has been Black Lives Matter, got away with it. It's called cancel culture. And you got to be careful. You know, there's a law about terroristic threats.
Yes.
I can't go on Facebook. I can't go on YouTube. I can't tell my audience. I can't tell a person in person. I
go out there and kill somebody.
Can't do that.
Yeah, you can't.
I would never do that. But I do know what you can do legally. I wrote it down. And I know it's legal because I know someone.
Word of the day.
Maxine Waters got away with this. This is her words, word for word.
Are we talking? Okay, go ahead. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Word for word, she said this on national TV.
I think I remember this one.
Yeah, and now I'm going to say it using the same words. If you're upset about this HR 127, all the people responsible being Sheila Jackson Lee, any Democrat that votes for this, anyone who even debates and considers this, in my opinion, is trying to take away our Second Amendment constitutional rights.
Yes.
Straight. It's plain up and simple. They know it. We know it. They're dancing around it, but they're trying to gut your right to possess firearms.
To protect yourself.
So here's what you do. If you see anybody involved with that, or anybody from the president's cabinet that supports that, any House member, any Republican, if you see them in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd and you push back on them and you tell them they are not welcome here in the United States anymore, anywhere.
Maxine Waters.
Maxine Waters' words. Stick to them, they're DJ Ricks too.
It's it. Because,
it's completely legal.
It's absolutely. Why can't? But, when we march out, when conservatives marched up on the White House, it was a riot, but no fires, none of this.
It was mostly peaceful.
Peaceful, but mostly just walking through the place, like just, hey, how you doing? We didn't take over the White House. We didn't burn the White House. We didn't start riots. We didn't start beating on people that.
We did injure some police. Well, I'm not we. I wasn't there.
Listen.
I wasn't there, but there was,
I think there was one officer that ended up dying from some injuries or something, but I don't. That goes back and forth.
I don't know the details on that.
Yeah, the details on that.
I'm not going to get into the details of the January 6th insurrection. I wasn't there.
Right.
And we can't go by mainstream media. You've got some poor sources on your information.
Yes.
That's all I'll say. I'm not going to disagree or agree with them.
Another Section 230 that needs to get removed.
They've lied to me.
Everybody.
So, whatever. I don't condone violence. Neither does Tuned In TN. We don't.
Nobody condones violence.
But apparently you can get in their face in a restaurant, in a gas station, in a department store, and tell them you're not welcome here.
Hold on. Wait a second.
Apparently.
You have to wait. You can't get in their face right now. You got to be at least 6 feet away. 6 feet away.
6 feet from them.
So 6 feet from them.
Either that or wear a mask.
6 feet. You're going to be 6 feet. Hey, wait a second. 6 feet in their face.
I think I'm going to wear a Reagan mask. What do you think?
Maybe. Hey.
Reagan mask?
Reagan mask.
I'm down. They said you got to wear a mask.
You got to wear the mask. 6 feet in their face.
I want a Maxine Waters mask. That'll scare the hell out of me.
Oh, look, twins.
Did I say that out loud? I said that. We're off, right? We're not live anymore, are we?
We are.
Holy crap.
If they can go ahead and incite that kind of baloney, then we should be able to do it as well and voice our opinions. But you need to call, you need to email, text, whatever you need to do to your representatives to let the word know that says we're not behind this. In Texas, I'm surprised the governor of Texas, the
great state of Texas, Houston, Texas.
I can't believe Houston, we got a problem. I know. But that I am surprised it even come out of there. I'm telling you though,
if you're in Houston, Texas,
you need to get
Sheila Jackson Lee. If you see her in a department store, a gas station.
You see her 6 feet away and tell her how you feel.
I'm actually surprised she still uses her last name.
Said, "Hey, what's up?"
Right? You're right. How does she? Her last name could be pronounced as racist, Lee.
Oh, it could. We should change that.
Oh, yes.
I feel oppressed.
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely.
I do.
Oppressed.
Yep. DJ's lives matter.
That's right. So the tow truck drivers, move over. Slow down, move over, Law. Please. Give us a little bit of room.
Watch out, he's hoeing for cash.
That's it, hooking for cash.
Hooking for cash. Yes. Says so on his sweatshirt.
It says it on my sweatshirt. Thank you very much. That's from
if you're in support of your Second Amendment rights, by all means, don't forget, stop by our website.
Yes.
At Tuned In Customs.
Customs.us.
Mm-hmm.
You can get hooked in cash.
We got a whole bunch of
We've got a bunch of merch for you to look at. The pictures aren't up yet, but we've got shirts that say, "Good day for 2A."
Yes.
Hats, shirts, coffee mugs. We got all kinds of stuff. So remember that. TunedInCustoms.us and use coupon code.
What is it?
Good day for 2A.
There you go.
I was going to say use the one that says China virus because it's from China.
Hey, wait a second. That's the Hodge twins.
I know. That's what I did.
Yeah. Love those guys.
Love Hodge twins. Anyway, I got to come up with something like that. That bang at the end.
That's it.
Gabe's happy because I can bang now. Doesn't go through the mic.
It doesn't go through the mic.
Oh!
Did I just get
Oh, no, but he hits the mic. Oh, man. That's just not right.
It's a cheap mic anyway.
Oh, the cheap one?
It's a cheap one.
It's a cheap one.
Yeah, 25.
Nothing's cheap.
Nothing's cheap in any kind of radio.
Nothing's
$14.99.
$14.99. On sale.
Dang.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have any comments,
please let us know. Either or. If you don't agree with us, please, that's what America's about.
Those are the ones I'd really like to see.
Yeah, if you don't agree with us or we need to be corrected, please, we're not afraid. Come on.
Absolutely.
Let us know.
We'll give you a voice on the show. If you ever disagree with us,
come on.
Let us know. We'll give you a voice.
Hey, we're not perfect. We'll make mistakes. You know, when
we're just like that TV show. Come on down.
Come on down. Yes,
you're the next contestant on.
We're like that TV show Jackass. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, listen, if you want to staple things to your leg, you go right ahead. I'm not interested.
Any kind of electrodes on any parts of my body is all I got to say.
No.
But yeah, thanks for joining us here on Tuned In TN. If you have any comments, still leave them. I'll look at them later, and tomorrow we'll talk about it, and we will get back to you if need be. If you have any ideas for future shows, controversial things you want to talk about, by all means, let us know.
We can sit you in a red chair if you're good enough.
You can ride the red chair.
But you got to shake Paul's hand first.
You can ride the red chair. Yeah. Yeah. It's that DJ voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got anything else, Gabe?
No. Good. That's about it.
Good. It's about time to go. I got to pee.
See ya.
Just saying. See ya.